I think patience is very important in our sport, and that's not always that easy because the young people, they want to go very quick. Everything has to go quick. But today we have to take time with the horses, play a lot with them around, school them very well. I think it's a really important thing to educate the horses, and there's not so many riders from the new generation that knows very well how to educate them, and that's a big problem in our sport. There are not so many horse people anymore. Today you have more people with horses than horse people, and that's a big problem in our sport. And I will try with my children to let them grow and educate the horses very well, and it's a very difficult part. Yeah, Thibaut, now it's your turn. Try that he lands every time in the canter that you want. If you want to go to the right, he has to go to the right. Oh. Turn left, voila, good. Very good.
A good rider has to understand his horse and know what he can do, what he can ask from the horse. The rider has to become one with the horse, and I think this is the most important, that we understand the horse and we get along with the horse. They are not machines, they are animals, and we have to try to make it as easy as possible for them.
Oh, that's top. Really good. Top. Oh, that's the perfect way. Now the horse is very relaxed. You can all see this. Horse is quiet, relaxed, over the body. He uses the shoulder. Very good. Now you see now, like the horse from Thibaut, he's very quiet and very relaxed. He uses very good the shoulder. He's much quieter than my horse. My horse is still stressed, but his horse now, if you see the little turns, he's doing very good. I think the horse is really ready now to go. This one is, I think my one needs one more time. He's still a little bit fresh and still a bit stressed. And I like the horses quiet and relaxed. When they are not relaxed, it's difficult to jump. Okay, that I have the good balance, that my horses stay good straight on the fence, that they're listening good. When they pull, they have to come back. When they push, they have to go forward. Even you can see, we train, actually when you ride the jump off, the horses has to turn very short. That's what we try to learn them at home. We're trying short turns, quick turns, but we do it always on very low fences. We never train this on big fences. When the horses learn it, it's better to learn it on the low fences, I think. But keep it simple, it's the best way. Big jumps they can jump, they have to listen and be relaxed.
And my older horses, I think I try to keep them very fit and keep them very mentally very fresh. That means for me, I'll try to take them most of the time outside into the forest, can canter, tracks around, and just keep them motivated, because I think horses get a bit bored of going to indoors and outdoors and jumping. I think it's, for sure it's important work as well, but I try to take them at least 2-3 times a week to the forest, just I think for the mentality, to keep them happy. It's so important. And then basically for the young horses, we do it a bit less and we do a bit more gymnastic training and things like that. But I think you really have to adapt your training for every horse, and not every training should be the same.
Well, I'm looking every day for horses, for new horses, and we buy a lot of horses every year. I buy like I think 50, 60, 70 horses per year. The first thing I look for a horse is a horse has to be clever and has to be brave. It's very important today that you have a clever horse, a horse that goes clear and that looks to the fences, and that's not too difficult to ride. Like you saw today as well, when you're training, I want my horses to have very relaxed. I don't like too much when the horses are too stressed to go to the competition, because when they go to the competition they have to be relaxed and not stressed. They will jump much better in a calm way. The origins of the horses, I look also quite a lot to them, but that's not the most important thing. A paper is not jumping, I always say, so the horse has to look to the fences, and I like to have a clever horse. Not the most spectacular, but the ones that doesn't touch the poles. That I find it very important. If you see today Katanga, if you saw her when she was 8 years old, I think that 99% of the riders who saw them never thought that this horse was going to jump, for example, a 5-star Grand Prix. But you see in her the mentality, the fighting spirit that she has, that makes her a super horse.
She's maybe not the easiest horse, and she would not be very flashy at home, but I think her character is exceptional. When she goes into the ring, she has like a different gear. I'd say when you see her jump a small class, you would not say that she can be third in the Grand Prix of Aachen, but when she gets in the ring, she has a fantastic mentality and she's a real fighter. I think the most important is that the horse has to feel confident and has to be very clever on the jump. I think horses are sometimes a little bit shy when they start, but when they can get confident, and you really have to be a team on a high level, otherwise it's not going to go.
Horses with a good technique, for me it's very important. Good technique, a lot of blood. I really think today we need fighters in the ring. We really need horses that want to win. I think the time of this really slow and quiet, and this is a bit finished. Today it's becoming such a quick sport and changed a lot, so today we need a lot of blood, and those horses are willing to fight for you in the ring. I think that's today the most important key.
For sure these days, because we have many competitions, we have many shows, so every horse cannot do everything, and it's very important at the beginning of the year to plan what you do with your horses. And if you want to have a little bit of fun the next years, it's important to do not too much with your horses, but the right things. And that makes a horseman a horseman.
I think you need a lot of ambition, and you need to really work for it, and I think nothing comes from itself. So hard work and discipline, and then also surround yourself with good people, like a good trainer, good team at home. I think that's one of the most important things.
A good rider makes somebody that does everything for his horses day and night, and tries to create on a horsemanship the best out of each single horse. I think a good rider can adapt to every single horse and try to get the best out of it.